time for potions class with Professor Snape. We don't want to be late. You know what he's like. It's down in the dungeons. Follow me!
So hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets Extended. This is 115 speaking, and yes, it is time for potions lesson, much earlier in the year than during the Philosopher's Stone. However, Hermione, you know us at this point, we're gonna leave you hanging there because today the first match against Hufflepuff becomes available and we gotta play them before we attend our potions lesson. Okay, that's not true, you don't have to, you can play these matches whenever, but I just like to do them gradually and increase our house point count before Snape will take all of them away, okay? So let's just step outside. And also, I want to show you something new. By the way, keep in mind the empty spot over there. And also, an empty spot over there. This will be relevant for tomorrow's episode. For now, look who's here.
Hey Harry, want to trade? We have the best values in Hogwarts.
I mean, we have
Hey,
almost
Harry,
1,000
Want
beans.
to trade? We buy in bulk and pass the savings on to you.
So let's see what you got.
What do you have?
I have Quidditch armor, just like the Chudley Cannons wear.
Press on the Yes button to accept the trade or the No button to decline.
The moment someone had to explain how the yes and no button works, it sometimes baffles the mind. What do the developers think about their players? Nevertheless, Quidditch armor, it's an upgrade that exists, and it means you'll take less damage in Quidditch, which doesn't particularly have any importance seeing as how your entire health refills after you finish a Quidditch match, right? Now, of course, it decreases the chances you'll be knocked off in a Quidditch match completely and lose, but even that's so extremely unlikely without the armor, so let's just hold off of that for now.
The customer is always right, even in cases like this.
Important caveat, in the retail version of the game, I believe the Quidditch armor costs 500 beans. In the extended mod, the price was extended to 800. Now, Fred over here sells Nimbus 2001. In the retail version of the game, it costs 700 beans, and now let's see.
What do you have?
I have a Nimbus 2001, the best model available to the general public.
Another thing the extended mod changed is the icon. Finally, Nimbus 2001 comes in black, as per the movies. This is so cool, and you could have seen already the entire Slytherin team arriving yesterday had black brooms. These are all touch-ups made by the extended mod. Alas, the price has increased from 700 beans to 1200. Now guys, I'll be honest, I love this change, because this gives purpose to the beans for so much longer and makes getting them exciting whilst we don't have these Quidditch upgrades. After we have these, the beans become pretty much obsolete, right? So this keeps it exciting a little bit longer, and also there are so many new explorable areas here where you get more beans. I actually think this is a very fair change. Let's see what happens if we try to cheat Fred out of his beans.
I couldn't continue my business if I gave away my wares for that. Come back when you've got more beans.
Yeah, you know what? We need to be the ones to refuse.
What do you have?
I have a Nimbus 2001, the best model available to the general public.
No, we're gonna be the ones to refuse Fred this time.
Suit yourself. Don't know when I'll have these again though.
Don't worry, they'll have them for the entire school year, okay? They're just trying to create a seller pressure. Okay.
How could I ever forget the way to the Quidditch pitch?
With you, Harry, anything is possible. Now, the last time we entered the Quidditch pitch through the grate, so let's do it the other way now, and select the first match of the year like this.
It's a great day for a Quidditch match. There's nothing like the age-old Quidditch rivals you find here at Hogwarts. Rain or shine, day or night. Horklumps on the pitch or ghouls in the stands, nothing keeps the crowds away from a Quidditch match. The pitch is ready, the quaffles are polished, the bludgers are humming, let's play Quidditch! You all know what that is?
Now remember guys, try to move as little as possible. Only do it to avoid obstacles. Because not only hitting them costs you health, but also the golden snitch bar focus. You lose it, okay? Honestly, the quaffle pitches are the most dangerous thing about Quidditch. Okay, steady, steady. Okay. Pretty easy to get rid of the Hufflepuff Seeker. Their own health bar, by the way, the time it takes for you to knock them off increases as the matches across the season increase. So it gets a little bit more tricky. Shoot! How did we get hit? Okay, Harry. Now, the longer it takes, the worse our team performs, as you can see on the top right corner of the screen. and the less points we'll have. Come on, Harry.
Gryffindor has won the match. This is Lee Jordan, signing off.
Now, as you can see, our health is fully restored. Here's the gist, guys. You can repeat every single match however many times you want and hope for a better score. Here's the thing, I don't think I've ever managed to get a higher score than 40 points, because the Gryffindor team performs so poorly in the background that by the time we catch the snitch, the opposing team will always score somewhere between 10 to 15 goals. Well, if it's 15 and you'll evenly match, I'm not actually sure what happens if you win or lose, or it's a tie and you have to play again. But anyway, that's the gist of it. The sooner you catch the snitch, the more house points you will get. Gryffindor's team is the worst team in the history of Quidditch, of course. Every other team actually scores goals. Now, I remember a single instance when, in a single match, Gryffindor team scored 2 goals. I was mind blown. And it allowed me to get more points, but don't count on this. And guys, this is another thing why playing Chamber of Secrets is a bit of a nightmare for a completionist like me, because even the number of house points you will get is a bit of a variable. But what we can do once we get Nimbus 2001 is to replay the matches we played with our previous year's Nimbus 2000, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. I'll think about whether we want to do it or not, but right now we are at 310 house points. So Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin have already gotten their boost, but we are way ahead of them. We should have enough time to re-explore the bean bonus room later on, okay? So this is how the Quidditch work essentially. It's, like I said, a much dumbed down version. I would prefer a free roam flying like in Philosopher's Stone, but there you have it.
Here's
now
the
let's
entrance hall.
follow Hermione. There she is, waiting patiently. Remember guys, up until this day, this door would be blocked. Let's keep this in mind.
This leads to the dungeons.
I figured that out, Harry, as did Hermione. Anywho, the dungeons, so I can finally show you that section of the map. So remember, this is the entrance, and there's this arrow I haven't shown you yet, the dungeon hallway. Now remember this shape, it's also gonna look quite like this in the Prisoner of Azkaban game, so here we are. We can of course go back. But this is the dungeon hallway, and it has 4 different destinations and also some surprises in the hallway itself. We are sort of not there yet, we are in an antechamber of sorts, but look here. You can partially explore a secret. And again, the extended mod will not yet increase your secret count up until you use the Spongify carpet to go up and explore the rest of it with a chest, okay? Which I 100% agree with, this is so good. Whereas the retail version would immediately trigger a secret, you'd be like, did we explore it? Did we not? This way you know for sure. And there we go, the dungeon hallway. Yes, the X has moved here. So we have a couple of options. We are supposed to head according to the objective. I have to get a potions class in the dungeon. The door to the dungeon is in the entrance hall, and that's the potions lesson. So of course this is going to be the final area I'm going to show you first. Let's stick to the dungeon hallway. There is an infinite number of these small creepy spiders you can step on, and they'll respawn indefinitely. There are a couple of points in the story where it's like this. Now, first things first. 2 suits of armor and a chest. Let's not waste any time. One's more generous than the other, to be fair. Gotta have those delicious sweets. Okay. Now the chest itself had 8 of them, but opposite to the chest is a very conspicuous wall. So first things first, you see this? This, my friends, will be yet another secret, but we can sort of get under it if we open up this wall, cast Lumos, but the ectoplasm will block us, and we do not know the Scourge spell yet. We'll be on our way to learning it in 2 days' time. But for now, we can get these 4 beans. How cool is that? Getting ever closer to that Nimbus 2001. Now we can explore these 2 doorways.
Can't get in that way.
And this is the dungeons. We will actually be here really soon. But for now, we cannot get further because of the ectoplasm, but even beyond the ectoplasm you can see the door is completely barred. And on this side over here, not even Scourge spell will clear our path.
This door is locked.
this leads, you would probably not expect it, but to the so-called gardens through dungeon entrance. So, there'll be a particular person belonging to the House of Slytherin that will unlock the path here. But until that point in the story, we are not gonna get here. Let's recast the Lumos, because I want to show you something really cool. Let's go to this area that's completely unmarked. That's because there's something very secret that only Slytherins know about, and that's of course the entrance to their common room. So, on our left over here is a wall that if we say the password, which makes me believe all Slytherins are it will grant you access further. Now, we, of course, do not know the password yet, nor do we look like a Slytherin, so the wall is not going to let us in. But look at this. Once we'll know Gryffindor, we'll explore a secret in this area with a really cool wizard card. Now, the way you're supposed to do it is to remove this ectoplasm with a scourge, and it will unlock a Lumos statue beyond it. But, as you could see, we can also use the Lumos statue from the hallway, okay? And now, let's finally attend the potions lesson. Oh. We'll learn how to mix Wiggenwelds. I kept talking about them, we kept encountering those cauldrons, but we were not able to do anything with them, and that changes now.
Now pay attention. Today, you will attempt to learn the art of mixing one of the most useful potions ever concocted. The Wiggenweld potion. Potter, you have just volunteered to show the rest of the class how this is done. Get up here immediately. A Wiggenweld potion will restore some of your lost stamina. Even a single bottle is capable of healing the most grievous wounds. In this chest are the 2 ingredients of Wiggenweld potion: flubberworm mucus and Wiggentree bark. Take them out.
Now, Snape will not really say anything new when you bump into him, he just expects you to do that. And by the way, guys, everyone is watching. This is making me nervous, let alone Harry. By the way, should we let everyone know we know the Alohomora spell that Hermione taught us? I feel like we should just open the chest using our hands and not make that public knowledge. Ah, what the hell. And this, my friends, is a Wiggentree bark.
Walk up to the cauldron. Try not to touch the potion. I don't want it contaminated.
Like I was saying, this is Wiggentree bark and a flubberworm mucus, the counters for which you will see in the inventory screen over here. The Wiggentree barks and flubberworm mucuses, you will find them all over Hogwarts. Wiggentree bark specifically also drops from a certain enemy type, and what the extended mod did, because in the retail version you would always have an excess of Wiggentree barks and a lack of flubberworm mucuses, what the extended mod did is it filled just enough flubberworm mucuses into the game maps to give you exactly what you need for those Wiggentree barks. Ah, it's such a great change. So, let's disobey Snape.
Where are you going, boy? Get back over here and complete your lesson.
I'm sorry, I forgot my cauldron mixing wand over there, but I guess we're gonna have to do it like this. And of course, you can still cast Flipendo at the jars for more ingredients. We cannot really reach the chest over there, but we'll do that in tomorrow's episode. For now, let's do as Snape says, and afterwards we'll make some significant progress in the story. And this, my friends, is where I'm gonna leave you to just enjoy it.
Observe Mr. Potter adding the ingredients to the cauldron and mixing them. Careful, Potter. You don't want to lose house points. Mr. Potter now has a Wiggenweld potion. To drink the potion, press space bar. Back to your seat, Potter. Those of you who are adventurous, or more probably clumsy, will no doubt want to make Wiggenweld potions on your own. Therefore, there are cauldrons like this one throughout Hogwarts. They are the only cauldrons in which Wiggenweld potions can be made. And the ingredients, flubberworm mucus and Wiggentree bark, can also be found throughout Hogwarts. Now for today's lecture. The history of flubberworm mucus extraction.
Hold on a sec, guys. Sorry, a brief intermezzo from my side. Haven't we learned how to mix Wiggenweld potion last year when we were at the dungeons? Oh, that's right, every other student has, but Snape sent us to the dungeons to collect 4 ingredients: Wiggentree bark, flubberworm mucus, molly, and dittany. I see what's going on, so Harry's learning it now a year later because of that whole ordeal. Which is interesting that we only need Flabberworm Mucus and Wigan Tree Bark now, but not Molly and Dittany. So that lets me to believe that whatever's in these special cauldrons where we can mix things up, it's some substance containing both Molly and Dittany. Something to think about. Anywho, guys, back to the story.
Before that lecture, I thought I knew everything I wanted to about Flabberworm Mucus, and I was right. Well, I thought he touched on some interesting aspects.
Let's get going before Snape comes out. What was that?
What was what?
That voice. It was coming from over there. Come on. What's going on?
Enemies of the air, beware! You'll be next, mudbloods.
What's that?
Mrs. Norris?
You've murdered my cat. You've killed her.
She's been petrified, but how? I cannot say. And now, I would like everybody to please return to their dormitories. There's nothing else to see here.
Come on, Harry. Professor Dumbledore's right. There's nothing more to see here.
Everyone at Hogwarts was disturbed by the attack on Mrs. Norris and the mysterious words scrawled on the wall. Rumours and speculation spread. Hermione in particular was especially affected. Ron and Harry became sure that she was up to something, but whatever it was, she remained tight-lipped.
Now, before the rumors and speculations, given what has happened to Mrs. Norris, get out of hand, I would like to use this opportunity to make something very clear, and that's the fact that I'm very, extremely grateful to my free Patreon members, as well as to my loyal Winstons. Blangoopel, Mick, Severin Drax, Enstickle, Katie Danger, and Buddha 2. I would like to give big thanks to my caretaker Winstons, Michael McConkie, Karavetu, and Renegade Turney. I want to give a special thanks to both of my veteran Winstons, Andrea Paviglianiti and Alexander. And finally, I would like to give a very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmind. Thank you so much for your generous support of the channel and also for spreading freezing chill across Cedric Diggory's body, meaning that we were the ones to nab the golden snitch and secure our first Quidditch victory of Harry's second year at Hogwarts. And thank you to everyone for watching. Despite being a bit short, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Now you know how Quidditch works, now you know how to mix Wiggenwelds, and tomorrow we'll actually properly explore the potions classroom and guess what? Play another match of Quidditch, so you have that to look forward to.